69% of Americans are overweight and 42% are obese. So in this video, I'm going to be going over 3 hacks that will massively improve your health so that you can live life to the fullest. This first hack started because as I got busier with college assignments, YouTube videos, and just life in general, I just kept getting more and more tired as the weeks went on. I didn't really know what to do. It was starting to take its toll, so I decided to make a change. Now almost every night before I go to bed, I'll put down my phone and I'll journal. I'll write down my thoughts, how my day was, and what some of my goals are for tomorrow. It helps me kind of see it from a different perspective and wind down for sleep. Just a little bit of mindfulness to end the day. It usually helps me to feel more rested in the mornings, and my gym sessions, they're so much better. Like, so much better. I have a lot more energy. I'd highly suggest getting 8 hours of sleep, but if you can't get that many, I get it. I'd suggest you get at least 6 hours of sleep. Anything less than that is probably contributing to fatigue. And another thing that sleep helps is how we learn, how we memorize, how we function. And for me, I really enjoy learning. I do. This YouTube thing, I didn't realize how much work it would be. It's a lot of freaking work. The thumbnails, the titles, the pacing of the video, the storytelling, the recording, the editing, like, it's a lot of work, and I need to learn a lot in order to make this work. So for that, I need quality sleep. Another thing that helps me to get better sleep is to put my phone away 1 hour before bed, and instead I'll read a book, preferably a fiction book, because that it helps me just relax my mind, you know? It helps me like chill, get ready for sleep, wind down a little bit, and enjoy myself without the blue light from my phone. Now, this second hack, it kind of ties into the third hack, but I want it to be 2 separate ones because it's not exactly the same thing. This hack will allow you to feel more full, be more energized, lose some fat, and maybe even build some muscle. Basically, it's increase your protein intake. A ton of people I know, they eat quite a bit of fast food, like Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, stuff like that. Because they're eating a lot of fast food and not homemade stuff, they're getting probably a lot of carbs and fat. It's usually not enough protein. The World Health Organization says to eat a measly 0.83 grams per kilogram of body weight in protein intake. That's decent, but a lot of people in the fitness industry and the Mayo Clinic and myself say that that is not enough if you're trying to like gain muscle, lose fat, be healthy, you know. If you have a somewhat active lifestyle, that is usually not going to be enough. So what I suggest you do is you eat 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight. This is what I agree with more because you're going to need more protein so that you can maintain muscle mass while you're trying to, I don't know, get to a healthy body weight. And getting to a healthy body weight, muscle mass will actually help with that. Because with more muscle, you're going to burn calories more and your metabolism is going to increase, get faster. So you'll burn more calories, lose more fat, gain more muscle, blah blah blah. All that helps. And I cannot stress this enough. If you eat too much protein, it's not going to help you build more muscle. More protein doesn't always equal more muscle. You have to start with your 1 gram per pound of body weight, 1.2 grams per kilogram. And then if you really think you need more after lifting for a year or two and you haven't made much gains, then maybe you need more. Maybe you need more. Just experiment with it. The way I get my protein intake is I'll eat it most of the time, and my go-to meals will be a bean, cheese, and egg white taco. It's really good. It's really good. I really like it. It's kind of high in calorie, but usually I'll eat less during breakfast to combat that. And another lunch I'll have is this chicken sandwich. It's kind of like a Chick-fil-A sandwich, but I make it myself, and it's really good. And it might be higher in calories, but it's also really high in protein. I suggest eating in more than eating out because fast food and stuff like that is going to have way higher calorie meals than if you were to just make it yourself. I noticed in myself that when I increased my protein intake, it helped me have more energy for the gym, for productivity, for doing work. Like, I just all around felt a lot better and felt like I could do a lot more with, you know, my life. And I feel like it could help you as well. Of course, it could also be due to the coffee. But I think that diet is one of the most important things when it comes to having a good mind and a good body. And that leads me into the next hack. This third hack is honestly something that I could talk about for ages. I love this topic, I really do. In my opinion, it's the most important thing on this list. Even if your diet is pretty bad, or your sleep is absolutely atrocious, this could kind of counterbalance that. Of course, you still should get those other things, but if you can't get them, at least get this one: exercise. Weightlifting, cardio, dancing, walking, biking, exercise, those kinds of things. I just named a ton of them. You can eat a bunch of protein and gain some muscle, but if you don't exercise, you're not going to gain muscle by just, being a couch potato and watching Netflix all day. You gotta do something. What I suggest is to weightlift 3 days a week. You don't even need to do that much. Literally, most people can gain a good amount of muscle mass by just exercising 3 days a week. And after that, it's just kind of diminishing returns. Like, you'll gain a little bit more muscle if you add a day or add another day, but it doesn't make a huge difference unless you're on the secret sauce, if you know what I mean. I highly suggest trying to get in 10,000 steps a day. Obviously, this isn't going to be the cure-all, but there is a lot of risks that it reduces. Like, it reduces the risk of all-cause mortality. It reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease. It helps you with fat or weight loss. Like, there's so many benefits to it. I highly suggest it. Like, for me, I'll get my 10,000 steps in while listening to some instrumental music just to kind of calm my mind down, because I have ADHD, so my mind is pretty much always going. It's just like a up and down roller coaster, just keeps on going and going. So I kind of use that time to just relax my brain. And then sometimes, instead of doing that, I'll get my 10,000 steps in while listening to an audiobook. I recently read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Right now I'm reading Millionaire Fastlane. Obviously it's not going to make me $1 million, but it is pretty interesting. Usually if I'm trying to learn something, I like to learn it by listening to an audiobook because I can do other things and listen at the same time. Usually for me that works. So to summarize this video, these are the 3 key points we talked about. Get better sleep by increasing mindfulness through journaling or reading before bed, and put down your phone. Increase your protein intake. This allows you to stay full, lose fat, and overall have a healthier mind and body. And lastly, get more exercise in. This will reduce all-cause mortality, decrease risk of cardiovascular disease, and it'll help you lose weight. It's like a triple whammy. Who wouldn't want to do that? Let me know which tips you found, or which hacks you found the most useful. And then if there's any topics in the fitness industry you'd like me to clarify on, let me know. I can totally make a video on that. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you, then you might enjoy this other video where I went more in depth on how to bulk, what to do, and what mistakes people usually make while bulking that I myself made too. The reason I make these videos are just to tell you about all of my mistakes so you can learn from them and not do the same mess ups that I made. Anyway, I hope that you got some value from this video. I really hope it helped you. Have a great day.